Totis. I am here to tell you about the digital art classes that are offered here at General McLean. So we're going to be talking about photography, graphic design, short amount of time, and here's what we have to offer. So first of all, photography. Photography is for 10th grade and older. If you're interested in photography, sign up for graphic design in your 9th grade year. For digital photography class, you'll need a digital camera with a 10 megapixel or more and a 3x optical zoom. You will also need a $20 lab fee, which covers your printing expenses and extra specialty paper. You know, a lot of times people say, oh, you have to learn to take a beautiful photograph in photography. Well, it's a little bit beyond that. I want to teach you to see the world a little bit differently. So, you know, these images that are passing by right now, think about what this subject matter is. I mean, come on, it's bugs on a post. How is that beautiful? Well, in photography class, we see this as, you know, a bunch of warm colors next to a bunch of cool colors. We see a cluster of a pattern. Here we have rust. You know, sometimes things get rusty and we want to throw them away. But in photography class, you know, we might see cool versus warm, rough surface versus smooth. And we learn to see that these two rivets kind of draw our eye in and become a focal point. So it's beyond just taking a beautiful photo of beautiful subjects. Now, once you take the photos, you're going to post-process them in Photoshop. So all the photos that you see here were taken by General McLean High School students. And this is one of the reasons that these photos are meant for 10th grade and above, because sometimes you have to go explore locations, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to travel when you are able to drive, or you know, you're a little bit older. So you are going to learn to see the world so much differently once you take this class. So again, please feel free to enjoy these photos for the next few seconds, because this is the kind of thing that you will be creating when you're in photography class. Now, beyond Photography 1, we do have Photography 2 available. So, you know, once you pass that first level, then you learn to be even more creative with your own imagination and your own skills. This is always a popular one. This is light painting, where we go out in the dark and we open our cameras up for a long time. Now, our second elective that we offer is graphic design. Graphic design, well, first of all, let's see what the world would look like without graphic design. It would be bland. Could you imagine going into a grocery store and seeing everything on the shelf and it was all the same font, all the same color, every package was just bland white, boring. But with the world of graphic designers, we have colors and we have shapes and we have all kinds of creative things to look at. So from the menus that we see to cards and even the street signs that we see, even the license plates, those were all designed by a graphic designer. Now, graphic designer is not just those kind of things. Now, something that we would do in class is something like what's flashing by right now. So we can take images, we manipulate them with Photoshop. Here we actually designed to make money. Two students recently had their work on a Bayhawks uniform, on the McCain community t-shirts, and they won big bucks. So we can take a bunch of different images and composite them together into one image. So if you look at this, we just use those images above. We could even take Mr. Menno and make him look like this. Pretty cool, right? So we can make a caricature of anybody. Here we have something called the Me, Myself, and I project, where you take a bunch of images and composite them together onto one background. This is called the inner voice. We could even create Mona Lisa like she's never been seen before. Again, everything that you see here has been done by General McLean High School. So if you're not into the photo part, these are all things that were done in Illustrator. So you could take an illustration of somebody. So maybe you explore your favorite movie, break it down into minimalism. We even study the artists at Pixar, and we watch Monsters, Inc. as we design our own characters for a new monster movie. So consider taking graphic design. It's a world of fun, and you're going to learn to think outside the box. So
he makes my day every single time that I come in here, and every time that I'm painting or doing any variation of art, whether that be like ceramics or drawing or anything, I'm just happy. This, like, being here makes me happy.
I feel like art is important because it's one of the most vital ways that we communicate with people. You can say so much with a picture, and you can say so much about yourself and how you view the world, and you can find people that agree with you and disagree with you, and you can have like an honest conversation about that. Art is, it allows you to fully express yourself, and I feel like it's a great break.
Creativity is me going home at the end of the day and laying in my bed comfortably knowing that I'm able to convey my ideas and put my ideas down on paper and not have a problem with it, not self-doubt. The curriculum is really fun. All the projects that we do, really, Mrs. Thompson personalizes all of them so it pertains to our interests. I feel like art is important to public education because it allows every student to really have the opportunity to grow into themselves and grow into their certain art style.